Hi everyone, today I'll be providing a tutorial on how to use the TFA Trade Manager. It is in my honest opinion at least, it's one of the better trade managers out there, built especially for the MetaTrader 4 platform. So this TFA Trade Manager was built out of the difficulties and the hassles I experienced while trading normally on the chart. For example, before I go into detail, I'd just like to show you a couple of examples of the kind of difficulties you face when trading off the MT4 charts. For example, if I feel that I would like to take a trade at this level right here, I'd like to sell when price reaches here, I do a right click and I bring to sell limit and I set a sell limit there. Now, the next problem I face is that I need to set a stop loss and a take profit for it, right? And so I right click, I click modify order, and I have to see just how far I want my stop loss to be. May I just put it as 70, and then I adjust my take profit. I just put any two random numbers inside. Now I have a stop loss and a take profit. And I realized, hey, this is not right. I'd rather my stop loss be somewhere, around here where the next horizontal level was. And when I adjust it there, lo and behold, if you look on the left here, if you look on the left where my mouse is, you can see that this is a stop loss of about $500. In my mind, what is going through my mind is I'm only willing to risk $100. So if I want to risk $100, with this stop loss, then I clearly need to modify my account, my pending lot trade. For this to happen, I would have to right click and click modify, and I realize, hey, I can't modify my volume here. I have to delete my entire trade. I have to right click again, and instead of using a sell limit of 99, I have to right click, one click trading, adjust this value to about 1/5, which is about 0.20. I right click again, sell limit. Once that is done, I right click it again, modify. I enter any two random values I have, whatever, and I try to drag this to here, and there you go. Just about $100. So if I were willing to, if I do this every single day for every single chart that I have, whenever I'm trying to put a pending trade, it gets so troublesome. I have to manually calculate the number of lots to put based on how far I want my stop to be. After that, I have to manually adjust my take profit. I have to click it a few times because I'm a guy who likes to click and drag. So I say, okay, my take profit will be here. So it gets very messy. It gets very tedious just to put this trade. And for example, if I realize, hey, after drawing some, for example, may I draw some Fibonacci projection retracements? I'm like, hey, perhaps I want my stop loss to be down here, but I want to take the same amount of risk for this trade. When I shift it to here, now only risking $47. To risk the same $100, I need to readjust my position, which requires me to delete my order and then place another order of just about 0.4. So this is the problems I face with MetaTrader. It is so tedious. And not only that, this is for pending orders. When I want to do a manual order, imagine price is moving really nicely now. Price is right at a level which I want to, I just need to delete this, sorry. Yeah, price is right at a level where I want to take a trade, So if I want to take a trade now, I feel like, all right, I want to take a trade. I want to put my stop loss, perhaps. I want to take a trade and put my stop loss right here, this level here. If I want to do that, and I only want to risk 1% for this trade, how many pips do I have to use? What are the lot size I need to use? I need to measure how many distance away, how many pips away from the entry is, and it becomes very tedious too. And not only that, when we factor in all the other trade management ideas like moving your stop loss to break even, closing out partial positions, or having a trailing stop loss, or closing out part of your position as price goes against you, all this becomes terribly messy. So out of all this tediousness, out of all these frustrations, have I finally built the Trade Manager, MT4 Trade Manager, purely for charts. Alright guys, so now I will explain how the TFA Trade Manager solves all these problems that we have. Okay, before we dive into it, I would like to really quickly explain the settings that you see here. For the TFA Trade Manager, you can always toggle between working and off. Off means it's not working, and working is the TFA Trade Manager is working. Alright, so the first setting you will see is the risk to reward ratio. This is fairly simple. If you risk 10 pips for your trade, the TFA Trade Manager will automatically adjust the reward to be 10 pips 10 pips forward for your take profit. So if you adjust the take profit target, you will adjust the stop loss. If you adjust the stop loss, you will adjust the take profit. Now moving on to partial close. What partial close means is that how it works. Let me explain it through an example. If I have a sell entry here, so this requires price to go all the way up here, right? So moment price reaches here, I have a sell entry and I have a take profit target here. So if we have a partial close of 50% and percent from 50%, what this basically means is that how much of your position do you want to close when you are 50% from your profit target, right? So if in this case, how it works is that when we have a sell entry here, maybe the 50% mark is right about here. This is the 50% mark. When price drops all the way here to the 50% mark, what happens is that the TFA Trade Manager closes 50% of your position right at this stage. If this is 40%, what happens is that the Trade Manager measures 40% of your profit target. So maybe this is 40%. Always remember that percent from basically means how many percent are you towards your take profit target, right? So if this is 40%, this is this. If it's 80%, it's likely to be here. So that's how it works. All right. Okay. So now we move on to the next setting, which is stop loss partial and percent to stop loss. You can see here stop loss partial and percent to stop loss. So how it works is similar. If, for example, we have a similar trade, we intend to sell here, and our stop loss is here. This is our stop loss. So it works opposite to the initial, to the previous setting on working towards your take profit. This setting has purely to do with stop loss. So stop loss partial 50% to stop loss 40. What this means is that the Trade Manager will close 50% of your position when you are 40% towards your take profit. Example, if this is your stop loss, this is maybe the 40%. This means that if price rises from here, you have this is your entry. You start to sell here, and when price rises further, it goes against you towards your stop loss. Once it reaches 40% of your stop loss, it will close 50% of your position. This is so that it helps you limit your risk. When you realize your trade is not going exactly in your favor, the Trade Manager helps you get out of it. It reduces your risk. Some people like to use it, some people don't. But this is it's purely down to your own preference. But if you do not want to use it, this feature, you prefer to let your price run all the way to a stop loss, then you can just adjust these values to 0. You know, the value here and the value here. Alright, so now that we have we better understand how the stop loss partial feature works, the next thing we'll touch on is break-even percent. That can be found over here, break-even percent. Now, how break-even percent works is very simple. 50% here means that how much price has to be going towards your profit target before we move the stop loss to break even. And break even percent log is how many percent of your profit do you want to lock in? Do you want to lock in once stop loss has been moved to your break even point? So again, we'll use another example to better illustrate this. Let me clear the charts. So once again, our sell entry is here. This is our sell entry, and this is our take profit. Alright, so what happens is that if price rises up to here, and this is our sell entry, correct? So our stop loss was here. This is our stop loss, right? So when price moves down to here, so 50%, remember that we're looking at 50% here. So when price moves down to just about the 50% level here towards our take profit target, when price moves down to here, the moment it reaches the 50% target, what happens is that this stop loss is removed and we adjust the stop loss to break even plus, in this case, 20% of your profit. So in this case, this is just about 20% of your take profit target, right about here. So your stop loss is adjusted to here. Remember, it's 20% of your take profit target. So this is just about 20%. And this helps you protect your position. It cover, you're in a risk-free trade and you lock in some profits so that you can cover for the cost of commissions. Alright, so now that we know how the break-even feature works on the TFA Trade Manager, I will touch on the last point, which is the percentage trail on. Percentage trail on is a very simple feature. It means that when price reaches 90% of your take profit target, we will activate a trailing stop loss with a 10 pip trailing stop loss. Of course, all these values are adjustable. How it works in this case, just to further illustrate it to you, is that similarly as earlier, this is our sell entry, and assuming this is our take profit. All right, this is our take profit level. If price, if price goes all the way up to here, we sell here, and once price is 90%, so it's almost at the take profit level. Once it's 90% towards it, almost there, what happens is that the stop loss will get adjusted to right where the stop loss will be adjusted to here, minus plus 10 pips because it's a sell trade, plus 10 pips. So maybe the stop loss will be adjusted to somewhere here, and then from there it just trails price all the way down. The reason for this is sometimes there are many cases where price touches your profit target and it breaks all the way down. It keeps going further. So what this feature is meant to do is that when price is just about to reach your take profit target, you're risking just about 10% of your profit. It starts to trail price by the number of pips which you set, and this allows you to catch really important moves. If there's a big breakout once price reaches your support level, your take profit level, then this feature allows you to write your profits all the way. So very simple. Okay, so now moving on to the other features here, and this is where it gets very interesting to see it all in action. The next feature you see is auto stop loss take profit. Now we will touch on dizzy filter another time, but there's auto stop loss take profit and there's auto adjust here. Basically, this is the solution to all the problems we have. Especially MT4's very buggy style of managing trades. So this auto stop loss take profit, auto adjust, and auto risk percent all work hand in hand. So let me demonstrate how it works here. In this example, we have a stop loss of 50 pips and a take profit of 50 pips. I'm sorry, my drawing is atrocious. I'm sorry. So stop loss of 50 pips, take profit at 50 pips. So let me show you. With the TFA Trade Manager working, assume earlier I want to have a stop loss of a risk percent of 0.1. I would like to risk 0.1% of my account for every trade. That means if a trade hits my stop loss, the maximum I want to lose is 0.1%. So earlier I mentioned that this is our our sell entry. So I'll put it right here. All right. So the moment I put it right here, if you notice, the TFA Trade Manager just puts on a stop loss and a take profit level. I think that was a bug earlier, but let me show you again. I put a sell limit right here, and there you go. The TFA Trade Manager adjusts puts a stop loss on me and a take profit for me based on my risk to reward of 1%. No, of 1:1. Now, so this, if you notice, this is a case where my stop loss is simply only risking $10, right? So if I $10 is 0.02 pips. So if I tighten my stop loss to here, what happens is that the TFA Trade Manager detects it and then they adjust it. So in this case, I'm still risking just about $10, and then my sell limit is I have a position of 0.04 instead of 0.002. So just to use a little bit bigger numbers to better illustrate this, just let me delete this. Assume I'm risking 1% for every trade. So I do a sell limit here. It will automatically put a stop loss and take profit of 50 pips, and it will adjust it based on the risk percent I have for each trade. All right. There we go. So you can see that our stop loss here is just about $50. Yep, this is oh sorry, this is the wrong value. This with 1%, and we activate it. There we go. So that a stop loss of $100, around $95, based on how far I want the stop loss to be, the TFA Trade Manager will adjust the lot size. So if I want my stop loss to be all the way up here, you'll notice that it will adjust the lot size to 0.07. Where is the take profit is further down. There it is, as you can see. So the beauty of this is that as we adjust our stop loss based on how much we want to risk, the TFA Trade Manager will adjust the rest for us. All right. So moving on to another example. If in this case I want a risk reward of 3, and I want to risk less and have a bigger reward, the TFA Trade Manager factors this too. So if I do a sell limit here, yep, you notice that the take profit is 3 times the distance away from the stop loss. All right, so that's how it works. This is another example of it. And another example, sorry, I have so many examples. If I remove this trade, maybe sometimes we do not use 50 pips stop loss or 50 pips take profit as the initial stop loss and take profit. Whenever we put a trade, we can adjust this accordingly. The reason I put 50 pips is so that I can see it on the chart, because for example, if we use 5 pips here and I put a sell entry here, you notice that how the TFA Trade Manager works is that it's so close, sometimes it's quite difficult to see. So I just use 50 pips to have a better, so that the stop loss and take profit will be some distance from the entry line, and it'll be easier for me to adjust it from there. Alright, so this gives you a pretty good understanding on how the TFA Trade Manager works. We have other features like having an only magic numbers are built in. This is so that the TFA Trade Manager doesn't mess with the other expert advisors you have. For example, if you're having another expert advisor which is helping you enter trades all the time, if you activate this feature of only magic, that means only for trades that have a magic number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will the trade manager manage that trade. So you do not have to worry about the TFA Trade Manager messing with the other trades that you have. Okay, I do want to touch on one last point though, and this has to do with market orders, as all I have been sharing with you about so far has been pending orders. So assume, for example, this is we want to enter the market right now, correct? So if you want to enter the market right now, market orders require you to use one further step. So if I want to enter the market right now at this level, and I want a stop loss at this level, so maybe I draw a line to here. Okay, if you look, that's 31/762/1.10623. So the second number that you want to look at is the important number, 762. That means it is 76 pips away, 76.2 pips away. So that's just how MetaTrader rolls, because it has 5 decimal places instead of 4. So all I need to know is that I want my stop loss to be 76 pips away. So with this in mind, I come here, I type 76, maybe my take profit is 76.2. I click sell. There you go. Immediately, we have a stop loss at 76 pips away, risking exactly 1% of my account. The take profit is similarly all the way here. Is 76 pips away based on our 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We can adjust the stop loss and take profit accordingly, but the TFA Trade Manager will not adjust your lot size. That means if you move it to here, you'll notice that your risk is $57. It's just about 0.5% instead of the normal 1%. If you adjust your stop loss all the way up there, you notice that you are risking more than 1% of your account. This is important because I do not want the trade manager to be randomly opening and closing positions for you as you adjust your stop loss. All right, the key approach to using the TFA Trade Manager to enter market buy and market sell orders is to first measure the distance from your entry to your stop loss. Once that is measured, then you key it in here, and once you have keyed in here, you can press the buy or sell, and the TFA Trade Manager will calculate the rest for you. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. I hope this video teaches you how to use the TFA Trade Manager better for your charts, and at the same time, I'm sure it would have highlighted a lot of the hassles and the frustrations you would face when you're using the MT4, just using MT4 charts and the built-in features alone to enter pending orders, adjust your stop loss, take profit. It's all very unintuitive. It requires a lot of hassle. So I hope that you find the solution you're looking for, especially looking for a good trade manager to manage your trades for you, manage your trading for you. As honestly, in my personal opinion, the last thing you want to do especially when you're trading, is to worry about managing your trades. There's a lot of emotions there. The all the way from taking an entry, adjusting a stop loss. Can you imagine if the market is moving fast and you want to enter a trade right at this instant? You're saying, I want to enter a sell order now. I only want to risk 1% of my account and my stop loss will be 50 pips away. Right at the instant, when the market is moving quickly, you do not have the time. You don't have the time to, go to a website or pull out your calculator, do the calculations, measure how many pips you want to do, and then you you enter your trade, and you manually adjust your stop loss. Through MetaTrader 4, it's all so messy. So this TFA Trade Manager, it solves all of that. Everything is very simple, everything is very smooth. You enter a trade, you let it manage for you. It puts the pending stop loss and take profit levels for you and adjust them accordingly, based on your risk to reward preference as you adjust your trades. So if I've talked too much, I hope once again I hope that you found this video beneficial for you. If you find that it has, do leave a like on this video. Let me leave a thumbs up on this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment box below. And also, if you have any further questions or discussions, you can always swing by our live trading room at www.theforiexarmy.com/live-forex-trading-room. So we are constantly there looking for the best trading setups, and feel free to join us. It's a free live trading room. I believe in working together as a team to be profitable. So feel free to swing by when you have the time and join us at the Forex Army, to fighting the markets together as a team. All right, cheers and peace out, guys.